You said sannyasis, they should not have any other kind. You quoted that chavanapras or all these things. So there are sannyasis who are running this kind of thing, and they say it is for lokahitartham, lokasangrahartham. So Shastra permits that. They justify. How about that?
So the question now becomes, what is the intention of the person? What is the value of the person? Yeah. And is the person truly reflecting the attributes of sannyasa? The person is committed to the shastram, etc. Now the person says, okay, sure, somebody as part of the ashram, they are making all these things. Whether it's right or wrong can only be determined by having a dialogue with the person, by knowing the person properly. If things are happening and the person is not emotionally involved with that, then I'm willing to say, chalega. If the goal is I want to make money out of this, it has to be a profitable business and this and that, then I become a business person. If I become a business person, to the extent I am in the business world, I'm not there in the world of Shastra. I'm thinking like a businessman. Hey, thinking like a businessman, there are millions of people. Why should I also think like a business person? So that becomes so how much time and energy this person gives there, emotionally invested there means gone. That is not accepted. Sannyasa is not meant for that. You don't have to take sannyasa for that. You can do a very good job without being a sannyasi in doing that business. In fact, we will appreciate that also. So it is all a bit tricky here, very tricky. And some people may use their ashrama to may become advantageous because a Chavanpras coming from an ashram seems more trustworthy than a Chavanpras coming from some other business, It appears because we all trust all these ashrams and sannyasis, we trust. We have a lot of trust in them. So if a person is taking advantage of the ashrama to do all this, then not acceptable. Not acceptable. But if it's just happening on its own accord, but the person's commitment is to really help people and spiritually help people, not through Chavanpras. Chavanpras is a byproduct. It can't be a main product. Byproduct chalega. Some go, agarbatti, some go products, this and that. They do okay. They be okay also. He's maybe he's highlighting the value of go rakshanam. He's highlighting the value of going back to the Ayurvedic roots and all. Okay, but then Ayurveda is the goal. That means this person is moving away from Shastram. Why? Because Ayurveda is Aparavidya. We are talking about Paravidya. So, what is the goal of the person? We have to see. I don't want to give a blanket statement. Everybody who does this is useless. I don't want to say all. There may be a value for that. But the traditional meaning of sannyasa means you give up all those things. Just commit yourself to teaching and studying. Not even teaching, studying also is good enough. Sannyasa need not teach. So that is the traditional definition. So as long as I'm telling you, bottom line is as long as they're not exploiting people and it is helping humanity, helping people, let it be. And the person is good, heart is good, and person is true, sincere, then I say go with it. Go with it. But Shastram connection should be there. If no Shastram connection is there, then it's another type of business. That's all. Maybe a business you can support. That also I don't have a problem. You can support. But understand that's a business, not an ashram where Brahma Vidya is being taught. Any other thoughts, Rukminiji? Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. But this also, I can't accept. They need not even teach.
See, to be a teacher, look, what is the purpose of sannyasa? Vividisha sannyasa. What is Vividisha sannyasa? What is Vividisha sannyasa?
They know the knowledge and Vividisha sannyasa. Vidvat sannyasa, Vividisha sannyasa.
Correct.
Yeah. So,
Vidvat sannyasa is one who knows.
They know that.
Took the ashrama of sannyasa
yeah.
to be committed to that, and that person can teach because that person knows. Vividisha is Jnatum Icha. So I desire to know, and now I have completed all my duties, grahastha duties, etc. If there was, and then I enter into the ashram of sannyasa for study, because I don't know. If I don't know, I have to study. Okay, so that person need not teach, because or may not teach also, because I have gone to study. Unless somebody else says, okay, you teach this aspect of it, you teach that text, etc. You know enough to teach all this. Like that, if somebody says, that person may teach. But otherwise, sannyasa it need not necessarily mean teaching. Even though in our Arsha Vidya Parampara, we are used to seeing all our sannyasis teaching, because they've already learned this, they've spent a lot of time studying. And so we need not project that idea on other ashrams and other sannyasis. Yeah.
Thank you.
Arpasadji, go ahead.
Mahodaya, come again how when you said Tejaha Kshama, the reason why you said the Visarga is there. Tell me again.
Okay. Now, there is a rule in Sanskrit. Okay. When the Visarga is followed by this one specific conjunct consonant called Ksha, the Visarga has to be pronounced exactly as it is. Means what? You can't say things like, suppose you say uh, this one, Santosha Shaucham. Santoshaha followed by Shaucham. Then the Visarga becomes
Santoshit.
a Shakara. It becomes a Shakara.
Shakara.
You pronounce it like a Shakara.
Right.
Santosha Shaucham.
Yeah.
That you can't say here. You can't say Teja Shama like that. You can't say, because it won't come also even if you try. Therefore, the rule itself, Panini has a rule that says Teja Kshama. Like that he says.
So it's only when Ksha, conjunct consonant Ksha, follows a Visarga.
Correct.
Visarga is followed by a conjunct
So
consonant.
only situation where a Visarga's pronunciation remains like a Visarga. Everywhere else, there is some modification going on.
Okay.
Like, for example, let's pick an example in this book itself. If we find something. Okay, look at this. Look at shloka number 6. Bhau Bhuta Sargau, second line. Daivo Vistarasha Proktaha. Okay. Vistarasha Proktaha. So there is another rule. And the rule is there. And then Vistarashaha Proktaha, you can't say. That is like separating the two words. But when they are joined together, Vistarashah Proktaha, Vistarashah Proktaha, the F, the sound of the F letter comes there.
Correct.
That is called Upadmaniyaha.
Correct.
The name of that sound is called Upadmaniyaha.
Yeah,
Again,
correct.
specific. So like that,
Yeah,
all the Visargas change. Visarga Sandhi you've studied. And so there are some rules suggested.
yeah. In the previous case, the Jihva Muliya won't take place.
Previous case means which case?
Teja Kshama.
Correct. Jifa Muliya will not take place. Padmaniya
place.
will not take place. Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Jifa Muliya, because Ka is there. Ka is coming.
Yeah.
If Ka was there, you would get Jifa Muliya. For example, what? Is there an example somewhere that we can spot? There you go. I got it. Look at shloka number 12. Look at shloka number 12, okay? Ashapashashatairbaddhaha kamakrodhaparayanaha. So there is Visarga followed by a hard consonant ka. So there is kakara. So there jihva mulya. So baddah kama, baddah kama. That is called the jihva mulya. Good. So the jihva mulya will not happen for a visarga that is followed by the conjunct consonant ksha.
Got it.
Another one I got. 21. Look at 21, same chapter, shloka. Second line. Kamah krodas tatha lobaha.
Yeah.
Second line.
Okay. Got it. Dhanyavada.
Sure.
So, Guruji, this modification is because kshama, ksha is also a combination of k plus sha. The concept, the conjunct is k plus sha, ksha.
So what are you saying? You tell me what you're saying clearly.
So that is why this exception.
Okay, look at 21. This chapter 16:21. Look at that shloka. Second line. What does it say?
Kama krodha. So there you do the visarga half.
What half?
Jivha mulya.
But there also it's conjunct consonant. Repa is conjunct consonant.
Yeah.
You can't apply the conjunct consonant rule. I'm saying this one specific conjunct consonant called ksha.
Only for ksha. Okay. The exception is only for ksha.
Here you can't say kamaha, krodaha, you can't say kamaha, krodastatha, lobaha. Exactly, even if it were not a conjunct consonant here, would also that same rule applies here also. Krodaha. That's why the only conjunct consonant where that visarga has to be pronounced is ksha. That's it.
Specific rule.
Specific. Very specific. Yeah, Anuradhaji, go ahead.
Okay. I think today I wrote something on the Ask Vedanta, and I know I said it wrong. I want you to correct it. I said that Gaurapadacharya said about Nidra and Mahanidra. I know he didn't say that. It was in Kaivalya Upanishad, this Nidra and Mahanidra.
I remember it was said somewhere, but now I don't remember where it was.
I know. Like it was a reply to Ramuji, and I said that Gaurapadacharya will say Nidra and Mahanidra. Waking up from Nidra is automatic, but waking up from Mahanidra, you would require a guru to become awakened. Then there is only one.
Okay.
But I know that it's not Gaurapadacharya.
Okay. But the statement is good, right? So statement is about Nidra and Mahanidra. So we understand that.
Yeah.
One says waker and super waker.
We can give whatever English words we want, but we have to be careful what we understand by the English. So, if the word super waker makes me imagine things, hey, super waker is you. The ununderstood you is what is super. Yeah, so good point, Anuradha. Vaidya, go ahead.
But is it the Kaivalya? Like where is it? I need to know.
Ask Swami Sarvapriyananda. You tell him, Jayakumar doesn't know. You please tell him.
Kaivalya doesn't mention Mahanidra.
Huh?
Kaivalya doesn't mention Mahanidra.
Okay, I don't remember now where it comes, whether it is Bhashyam or, yeah, it comes in the Moolam somewhere. But
Maybe in the Bhashyam, not in Mula.
no, it may come in the Moolam, no, because I don't know. I don't know. I have to see Mahanidra. That I want to see that word Mahanidra.
Okay.
I'll check and see if I don't even know how to find out. How do you find out? Suppose there's so much notes are there and somewhere it's there. How do you figure out where it comes? You have to look at Kaivalya. Then you have to look at the Gaudapada Karika, the entire text, it comes somewhere. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gaurapada, it's not there. I like, I wrote there and then I said, oh my God, made a mistake.
Yeah, Vaidyaji, go ahead.
Jaykumarji, you gave that example of Vistarashaha and then Prokta. You said it'll become Vistarashaf Prokta, right?
Correct.
So that is like in the Gayatri mantra, Diyo Yonah Prachodayat.
Correct, exactly.
Diyo Yonaha and then Prachodayat. It's exactly like that, right?
Yeah.
If you don't pronounce it, it changes totally the meaning. Sometimes wrote that. It gives a nakara there. It's not nakara there.
At least saying Diyo yo naha prachodayat is better. Diyo yo na prachodayat. That is not prachodayat. Please don't inspire
So
me.
it's a nuff. Yeah, I got what Ramuji is saying. Yeah. But at
Sometime I
Sunday
had
is
made
Diyo Yonaf.
Last year I made a
Prachodayat.
post that way.
Yeah. So what is that technical word you said, Jaykumarji? Upabadan?
Upadmaniyaha.
Upadmaniya.
Yeah. Upadmaniyaha is
Upamaniya.
the word that is used to refer to that sound, that F sounding sound.
Yeah.
Upadmaniyaha. And Panini writes, includes that in one of the sutras. It says, he actually doesn't have a sutra. It's an auxiliary sutra. He says, Upu Padmaniyanam Oshtaha. He defines, look at all this Sanskrit, the more you get into it's convinced it is Devabhash. That pronunciation is all categorized very well. See, we all study, right? Hindi we study. Ka, kha, ga, gha, nga. Cha, cha, ja, jha, nya. Ta, ta, da, dha, na. Ta, ta, dha, dha, na. Pa, pa, ba, bham. Okay? But we don't study that this ka, ka, ga, ga, nga, it's all coming from one part of the mouth of this apparatus called kantaha, throat. Okay, nobody told me that when I was studying that because it'll be confusing. It's too detailed, too technical. But then there is another letter, a. What about a? Well, a also is in the same category as ka, kha. Okay, and then what about ha? Ha also is in that same category because a and ha they don't come in this list. No, 5 times 5, 25, it doesn't come. So the vowel a and ha, and so Panini says akuha visarjaniyanam kantaha. Remember how easy it is to remember. Ku. Ku means what? Ku is a short form to refer to all the 5 letters. Ka, kha, ga, gha, nga, a, ku, ha. Letter ha, as in himsa, ha. Okay. Akuha. Then one more. Visarjaniyana. Visarjaniya means visargaha. Visargaha also has its native sound is kantha sound. Akuha visarjaniyanam kantaha. He's saying that make sure when you pronounce these letters, remember kantaha. It should come. Any other way of pronouncing it is wrong. Akuha visarjaniyanam kantaha. Ichu yashanam taluhu. Ritu rashanam murdha. Then what? Lusu latanam dantaha ta. And then what? Upu Padmaniyanam Oshtaha. My God, it's been a long time since I chanted all this, but that's what it is. You know exactly how every letter has to be pronounced. Any doubts? Go back and look at the sutra. That is what he's saying. Yeah, Sapna, go ahead.
Well, Soumya Krishnapur, she doesn't say pa. She says you have to say pa, right? So give me an example. You should not say fa. Uh, I very distinctly remember her saying that. So Purusha pur, pura Puranasva. So you don't say Purusha Puranasva. Purusha Purana, like that.
See, she may be saying that. See, there is also another thing. Pa, 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 pam. Okay? Pa, pa. Many people pronounce this pa, pa as fa, fa, phalam, phalam. You can't say phalam. There is no sound called F in Sanskrit. Okay?
Correct.
And that is one aspect. That is one aspect. Here also, Purusha, what did you say? Purushaha, and then what is the next word?
Puranasva Masya.
Okay. Purusha, see, let's go back to this Shodashodhyaya. Huh? So, when did we see that?
Okay,
So
16. Okay.
sixth.
Yeah, I just opened the book and whatever I saw.
Daivo Vistarasha Proktaha. So, there also, Pa has to be pronounced Pa only. Pa should not be pronounced Fa. We are not saying the Pa should be pronounced as Fa, correct?
Correct.
Just refers to the Visarga only.
Vistarasha Proktaha. That's all.
Correct.
So,
I get that. No. I definitely get that.
check
But,
what she means. Make sure.
She very distinctly says the Visarga, you don't say it. So you say it quickly. You know? So the pa sound doesn't come. That's what she says.
All that may be right. I don't see anything wrong with that itself.
Yeah.
Everything you said is consistent. I don't see any problem with what you said right now.
Yeah. But naturally that pa comes when you, it comes naturally. So I was very surprised when she said, just wanted to bring it up.
But Jaykumarji, this Visarga is always followed by the following word, and that decides whether it is Supatmaniya or the other thing.
Rukmini, can you turn your video on? I mean, I'm just curious because we don't, our whole life is online, okay? And the only time we get to interact with people is online also. I don't go around and talk to people. So I want to see people. I mean, I'm just being selfish, that's all.
Okay.
And so I'm just asking you. And yeah, go ahead, Rukmini.
So this Visarga is always followed by the following word, right? Now, Krodha, Kama Krodha, right? So, like as Sapna said, she has individually, when Visarga sound is, she must have said, it is, some people pronounce as Fa, and some people say Pa. But it is, Visarga is always followed by the other following words sound only we get no. Kama Krodha.
So be careful. Let's not generalize too much here. Okay. Let's take an example. Followed by the letter Sha. Okay. Rama Shivaha. Rama is Shiva. Suppose I make a statement. Rama is Shiva. Rama Shivaha. What happened to the Visarga?
That Ardha Shakara we pronounce more.
Shakara.
Rama Shiva.
Not Ardha Shakara. It is Shakara only.
Yeah.
It is Shakara. Shakara is, but Shakara is a consonant. Then Adarsha has an Akara in it. Okay, Akara also is coming. All right. So Rama Shivaha. Correct. So
Yes.
what you're saying there is that Visarga has taken on the form of the following consonant, which is Sha
Yes.
in this case. And
Yes.
so
Yes.
Rama Shivaha. Rama
Yes.
Shivaha. That is what
Yes.
most of the cases, many cases it is like. Okay. Okay. Rama Surya. Rama is Surya.
Ramasurya.
Rama Surya. The Visarga has become Sa because
Yeah.
following letter is Sa.
Sa.
Alright. Okay. Ka, then Cha. What about Cha?
There is one Shakara Ramascha.
Ramas Chitra Gupta. Rama is Yama. Suppose I say, make a statement. Ramas Chitra Gupta. What happened to the Visarga?
Ramash Chitragupta.
Ramash. What is that ishi?
Mm.
Chakara? Did it become Chakara?
It is a Shakara.
It is a Shakara.
Because Chakara is there, that Shakara takes place. Chutva Sandhi. Kalu?
So, no, I'm saying there it is not taking Chakara. Previously, it took Sakara, the same letter that followed came back. Then Shiva also Sha, because the Sha came again, doubled. But here, Cha doesn't get doubled. Cha doesn't get doubled. The doubling doesn't happen. Your rule fails here also.
The Sandhi rule is Agamaha and Shutva Sandhi. Kalu?
Chitva Sandhi. Then what happens? So I'm asking. Forget the
Okay.
technical name. What happened?
Yes.
Which letter is coming?
Shakara is.
Shakara.
Shakara is
Ardha
coming.
Shakara.
Where is Cha? Where is Sha? They are two different letters.
Yes.
So Ramas Chitra Gupta, Shakara is coming. So there's a different rule again. Chitva Sandhi and all you said. Not Rama Chitra Gupta, wrong. Rama
Yes,
Double
Chakara
Cha
does
wrong.
it. Yeah.
Double Cha is wrong. Okay. So like this we have rules. And but in all these cases, Visarga is replaced by another letter, as it were. Some letter replaced by another letter. Okay. But in those two cases, when it is followed by Ka and when it is followed by Pa, it is not replaced by any letter, but it is a unique sound has to be pronounced. That is what we say.
Good discussion about Sandhi. Thank you.
This is you're not teaching this, no? As part of Satsang or later?
Sorry, we have not come in Sasyam Sandhi, we have not come yet.
Yeah, that's good. Anything else? Any other complicated topics? It's good because all these sutras we are supposed to remember. So when I first heard all these things and learned about Kanta, Talavya, and Talavya, Cha Cha Ja Ja Na, Talavya, so that palatal sound. Then cerebral, Murdha, Datha, Dadhana, Ra, R of Rishi, Rishu. What is it? Ritu Rashanam, Murdha. The Sutra literature, the idea of Sutra itself is just Daivika idea. That's it. See, sometimes we use mnemonics, right? Mnemonics to memorize stuff. In school and all, in college, we have tried that, right? That is what this is. That's what this is. Ritu Rashanam. It's meaningless words. Ritu Rashanam. It's all meaningless words. There's no, in dictionary, you look at there's nothing. It's just a letter. Two is just not there in dictionary at all. Rashanam. Of Ra and Sh. It's just a meaningless, it's not a sentence at all. Just some grammar is there. And so that is called sutra. Every sutra is like that. And so it's just a great genius. It's a conception of really a genius only can conceive all this. And on top of that, they write sutra after sutra. Panini. How many sutras it is? I'm forgetting now how much it is. So 9, 8, yeah, maybe it's 1,000 sutras or something. And Brahma Sutra, 500 and plus, 555 sutras. Veda Vyasa. This one, Ashtanga Yoga, Patanjali Sutras, many, how many sutras? Narayanan, how many?
195.
195 sutras.
96, 195, 196, yeah.
Ah, sutra means what, you know? You can't simply write a sutra. You have to make an effort to make it as brief as possible. And when they, in the process, even one letter, if you can remove, they will celebrate. It's like a
Ardhamatra,
celebration.
not even
It's
one
like
letter.
it's
Ardhamatra.
it's a celebration of a birth of a child. That kind of
Ardhamatra.
Ardhamatra, Ekamatra. That is what sutra is. Alpaksharam, asandigdam, saravat, vishwatomukam, astobhyam, anamadyancha, sutram, sutra vido vidu. Alpaksharam, it has to be as, you can't have one letter more. One akshara more, if it is there, then it's useless. You are not a sutrakara. Then, asandigdam, in the process of making it brief, you might create some ambiguity. No, there can't be any ambiguity also. Saravat must be meaningful. Simply producing a sutra with no meaning is of no use. Saravat, meaningful. Vishwato Mukam, you produce something, but it is contradicting something else. Not useful at all. All the sutras you have written, nothing should contradict the other. Vishwato Mukam. Astobhyam Anamadyancha. There can't be any defects. Stoba. Stoba is this one. All this exclamatory words, ha, who, he, hey, all these words should not be there. Letters to fill up, you know. No, not acceptable. Astobam, Anavadyam. It should be free of defects. That is the definition of a sutra. I don't.
Jaykumarji, if it is like that, then why the Brahma Sutra, Athata Brahma Jigyasa, how come there are so many bhashyam if it cannot be mistaken?
Okay, so Bhashyam is for us, okay? And so we are trying to make sense of what Veda Vyasa has written, okay? And so the human mind is a limited entity. And so to access what Veda Vyasa really meant takes a lot of tapas. It takes a lot. And so to the extent that people have understood, they will write their commentaries. If Advaita is one, why is there Dvaita, Vishtadvaita, and so many others also? Okay. And Shunyavada is there, Buddhism is there, Jainism is there. Everybody is having something different to say. Why? That's how it will be. Whenever there is truth, that is how it will be. That's how it is. Even in science, it's like that. In science also, you don't think that they all came out of nothing. Conferences, look at all the professors debating. They argue. They throw stones at each other. I've seen conferences where people, they're very possessive about what they say. And they will even use slur words. In one case, I saw. Anyway, that's different. But I'm saying, in order to understand a fact, not easy, not at all easy. We should not assume a fact just it reveals itself. It takes a lot of deliberation. So we need not be surprised by that. That's all I'm saying. It takes a lot. That is why Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryanta. For us to be able to hear all these things. Okay, anything else? Yeah, it's time. It's 8:35 here actually. So, okay, Ramuji has already found out Yoga Nidra, Mahanidra, Shesha Vishayane Sthitaha, Kshiro Dadhaucha, Vindhyagre, Dhauta Pada Samahitaha. And now all Ramuji has to do is write the meaning of it and give a commentary. And then after that, we will all be enlightened. So we'll wait for that, Ramuji. Ramuji is not there here. Okay. All right. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanmantaraye Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.